Emma had always loved the idea of living in a quaint, countryside cottage, so when she inherited her grandmother's old home, she couldn't wait to move in. The cottage, nestled at the edge of a dense forest, was charming with its ivy-covered walls and blooming flower garden. However, the locals warned her about strange happenings, tales of spirits haunting the place. Emma dismissed these as mere folklore, remnants of a superstitious past. On her first night, Emma settled into her grandmother's old bedroom, a cozy room filled with antique furniture and the faint scent of lavender. As she drifted off to sleep, she was awakened by a soft whispering. At first, she thought it was the wind, but then she realized the whispers were forming words, calling her name. Heart pounding, Emma sat up and saw a faint glow near the window. As her eyes adjusted, she discerned the figure of a woman, ethereal and translucent, with a sorrowful expression. The spirit moved closer, and Emma could see tears glistening on her ghostly cheeks. "Please, help us," the spirit whispered, her voice tinged with desperation. Emma, though frightened, felt a pang of sympathy. "What do you need?" she asked softly. The spirit's form flickered as she spoke. "We are trapped, bound to this house by unfinished business. Find the locket and set us free." The next day, Emma began her search. She rummaged through the attic, sifted through old boxes, and combed through every dusty corner. Finally, in a hidden compartment of an old dresser, she found an ornate silver locket. Inside were two tiny portraits, one of the spirit who had visited her, and another of a man with kind eyes. That night, the spirit appeared again. Emma held out the locket. "Is this what you were looking for?" The spirit's eyes widened with gratitude. "Yes, thank you. Please bury it under the oak tree in the garden." Emma did as instructed. As she dug a small hole beneath the ancient tree, she felt a sense of peace settling over the garden. When the locket was safely buried, she stood up and looked around. The night was calm, and the moonlight bathed the garden in a serene glow. Suddenly, she saw multiple ghostly figures emerging from the house, including the woman and the man from the locket. They glided towards her, their expressions no longer sorrowful but filled with relief and joy. "Thank you, Emma," the woman said. "We are free now. We can finally rest." As the spirits slowly faded into the night, Emma felt an overwhelming sense of warmth and happiness. The oppressive atmosphere that had hung over the cottage lifted, replaced by a feeling of tranquility. From that night on, the cottage was no longer haunted. Emma lived there peacefully, the spirit's gratitude lingering in the air like a comforting embrace. The locals, once wary, began to visit, drawn by the newfound aura of serenity that surrounded the charming home. Emma had turned a place of sorrow into one of peace, bridging the gap between the living and the dead with compassion and understanding.